morning. So I decided today that I am gonna vlog and see how that goes. I am gonna start by like re-zhuzhing my hair after sleeping, and then I'll probably make myself some tea, and I need to do laundry, and then I'll do yoga in a little bit. Oh my god, it's still too hot to drink. Okay. So I just recently hit like the 1,000 subscriber mark, which I'm super thankful for. And if you are a subscriber, thank you for subscribing to my channel. I have been working on my channel I've been releasing content for almost a year now. I've been thinking about my channel for years before that, but just kind of never got up, I don't know, the courage or found the time, even though that was probably an excuse to really start. And I did think that recipes would be a really good way for me to start my channel because I love coming up with new recipes, and I think that for the way that I eat, that I have a lot to offer in terms of coming up with kind of creative recipes and food that people will really enjoy. And that's why if you've even watched my like original intro video back from when I first started my channel, I'd come up with an acronym for what I wanted all of my recipes to be, and that was delicious, inexpensive, simple, and healthy. I want to keep doing that. I think it's awesome. I have, like the whole rest of this year planned, if you can believe it, for recipes that I would like to make, even though, if I do get recommendations from you guys, or, I see other recipes out there, like my plans could always change and I could make something different, which is, kind of a roundabout way of getting to the point of what this really is, which is I had always intended that even though I was doing recipe videos, and I think that I could continue doing those for like years to come, I am kind of hoping to expand my channel out into other things. But I don't want to do that if you are not interested in that content. I live a minimalist and zero waste lifestyle. I have a lot of things around that I would like to share in terms of kind of what my daily habits are, what my buying habits look like, how I do things, day to day and longer term, living both a minimalist and zero waste life. And then, the other topic that I would really want to cover, and this is more related to recipes, is I have intended to share health and diet related things, which is why, today's video is going to be what I eat in a day. But I also want to make videos explaining why I eat the way that I do, why I think it could be beneficial for you to pick up some of those same habits and, maybe think about changing your diet or your lifestyle. But I don't want to make that content unless you want to see that from me. I don't basically want to confuse my channel by sharing about too many different things. I know that I'm still fairly small, and 1,000 people is not a lot, but it's definitely enough to hopefully ask some of those questions. So if you want to see specific types of content from me, let me know that. I would really love to hear that from you. Be it continue making recipe videos, because that's all we want to see from you. We would love to see zero waste content. We would love to see minimalist content. We would love to see kind of diet breakdown videos. But I do want to hear from you. Like, I feel like I don't have enough contact with the community of people that are already watching me. So I really want to make that connection, get to understand my audience better, understand you guys better, and know what type of content you really want to see. So yeah, let me know. I'm like really open to anything and any feedback that you have for me. You know, I'm still, like I said, a new growing channel, and I am open to making sure that I'm making content that is worthwhile and valuable for you. So that's like the entire point of this video, and you don't even have to watch what I eat in a day unless you're interested. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's a Saturday. Saturday is like my only day off. Just, I guess, to share a couple of things about me if you didn't know. I work full-time right now, and I do content on the side. Saturday is the one day where I like get things done. I get all of the house tasks done. I do laundry. We, because of the pandemic, have only been going shopping once a week. My husband goes first thing Saturday morning. He has actually come back with our whole grocery haul for the week. So I'm going to go ahead and unpack that. I can do a quick grocery haul with you guys just to show you what we buy. It's not the same every week, but just kind of to give you a sense of what we typically buy when we go to the store. And then I'm going to do what I eat in a day. I always do loose leaf tea in the morning. This is actually some kind of like an orange blossom blend or something that I bought from a company that I didn't end up buying from going forward. I buy all of my tea now from a company that is called Arbor Teas. They do all loose leaf, organic, sustainable, ethical teas. Also, their packaging is backyard compostable, which I think is really awesome, because it means that if you do composting at home or you pay for a service, you can just take their packaging and stick it straight into your compost and it'll actually break down. So I really love them as a company. I will buy their tea for the foreseeable future, and I make their tea every morning. So that's what I've started with. After I do the grocery haul, I'm going to do all of our veggie prep for the week, which I do on Saturdays on my day off. Then I will make myself something to eat. Okay. Do I have to turn a light on in here? I think so. So I have all my groceries on the ground. We're going to unpack them, and then I will show you everything that we bought. Okay, so that's everything for a week for 2 people. I'm going to try to run through this as organized as possible. I'll just mention first a couple of things that we kind of always have on hand. We always stock onions in the fridge. They actually keep for like months that way. You see, usually this top drawer or this top shelf in our fridge is completely full and it's empty, which is why we bought so many this week. But we always use those for recipes. My husband has a savory oatmeal that he makes for himself every morning, and we just like to have them on hand. Potatoes, we usually buy more than 3 every week because it's something that we can always have around for recipes, but we still have a bunch from last week, so we don't need any more. We're restocking on some brown rice. What else do we have in here that is restock? Oh yeah, so we're restocking on, we always have lemon and lime juice around. Barbecue sauce we typically have on hand, and then sriracha is something that we always have around to be able to add to recipes that we're making. So I think that's it in terms of like stuff we always have around. Again, since I'm trying to get a sense of content, if you are interested in me doing like a kitchen or pantry tour, that's definitely something I can do. So let me know in the comments. Snack-wise, we always have carrots around that I prep at the beginning of the week. We always have these brown rice cakes. The ones with tamari and seaweed we think are the best. So those we really like having around to be able to snack on. And then I always have grapes to have with lunch. I usually change up the fruit, but I've been really into grapes right now. We always do a salad with dinner, so we use purple kale, red and green cabbage, and then spinach for that. The other kale is for my husband for his morning oatmeal, as well as the cilantro, which I'm actually not a fan of. I'm one of those people who it's like, it doesn't taste like soap for me necessarily, but I don't really like the way that it tastes. I have broccoli with dinner. Usually whatever our main is, I'll just throw some steamed broccoli in with it. And then everything else is either for recipe testing or for meals for the week. With everything else, I have 2 recipes that I'm making tomorrow, and both of those may already be live by the time that this video comes out. Crispy tofu and fried rice. And then I'm testing a couple of recipes this week to see whether or not I want to include them in the blog. One of them is planned, and then a couple are just like for fun to see if I like them. We are also going to be doing my salsa this week from my blog, which you can go and check out. I'll link the recipe for it. We're doing salsa with beans and rice this week, and then probably a couple of stir fries. So now I just have to take all of this and put it away. And on Saturdays, I've posted this a couple times on my Instagram, but I do veggie prep on Saturdays. So I am going to be prepping everything so that it will stay fresh for the whole week. So now that I'm done, I'm just going to show you everything that I did. I put my carrots in water. I washed them and put them in water and cut them up kind of like carrot sticks. Those just go in the fridge. This I just cut off the ends. It's the spinach. I cut off the ends, wash it, dry it, and then put it into a mason jar, and it can go in the fridge and be ready to chop up for salads. The purple kale that goes into our salads, I also basically just pull the stalk out of these, pre-cut them, wash them, dry them, and then stick these in a big mason jar to go in the fridge. I wash and pre-cut the bell pepper to snack on or throw into recipes. And then all of this is the kale that my husband puts into his oatmeal. So I do the same thing that I do with the purple kale. Pull out the stalks, wash it, dry it, and then put it in here. And these go in the freezer so that he can just throw them into his oatmeal while he's making it. I had 2 little pieces of carrot that I couldn't fit into these jars just because we had too many, so I'm just gonna eat them. And then if you saw, I have the little food scraps. I take those little bits and I put them into a mason jar that I keep in the freezer. That is to make veggie broth. I have that recipe planned for, I think like May, but I have to actually have enough scraps to be able to collect to shoot the recipe, so that is why it's not out yet. Veggie prep took about an hour, which might seem like a long time, but 1 hour for us to have all of our veggies set up for the entire week is not a huge deal, and doing it on the weekends I have enough time. It's not something I have to worry about during the week. I think I showed but didn't say that I snacked on some sugar popcorn that my husband made yesterday. We did kind of indulge and have a really nice dinner for our 11-year anniversary 2 days ago, but we celebrated yesterday. We've been together for 11 years, but we've been married a year and a half, and so we celebrated that yesterday. And now it is already noon, so I am going to finish my tea and figure out what I want to have for lunch. I guess I'll also note, like, I am not big into breakfast, not because I don't love breakfast foods, but because I don't typically feel that hungry in the morning, so it kind of takes until, I would say like 10 is probably the earliest that I got hungry, even though I'm up by like 6:30 every day. So I may snack on a couple things in the morning, but not really have a true breakfast unless I'm like feeling particularly hungry that day. And then I'll have a big lunch and a big dinner and maybe snack on something in between. I don't really feel like cooking for lunch. I'm going to be doing 2 recipes tomorrow, so I really didn't want to cook anything. And then we're also going to be making salsa to go with rice and beans for dinner tonight. So I kind of just threw together some random stuff for lunch. I'll show you. So front and center, we have some leftover Ruffles from dinner last night, so I'm gonna snack on those. I just made myself some corn with salt and pepper. And then I have more carrots and grapes that I washed. So I'm just gonna be snacking on those things. I'm also gonna finish my tea, drink this entire liter of water, and then we have 1 root beer left over, so I'm probably gonna drink that too. But I'm gonna enjoy this, and I will come back if I eat anything else or for dinner. I'm not eating anything right now, but I am gonna make beans so that we have them for dinner. We have canned beans in our pantry kind of as like a backup or an emergency, or if we're super lazy and don't want to make them. But we pretty much always make beans ourselves from dry. They're cheaper, and we do them in the Instant Pot because it's a pressure cooker. And then that means that you don't have to soak your beans overnight and then cook them stovetop for a really long time. This does it very efficiently. I'm going to be making the equivalent of 2 large cans of black beans. This size. This is 30 ounces. I'm going to round up to 32. Dry beans will always triple in volume. So if I want a 32-ounce can of beans, that is 4 cups or 1 1/3 cups of dry beans. And then I'm going to double that, which would be 2 2/3 cups. So I'm probably just going to make it easy on myself and do about 3 cups of dry beans. So then we just fill this with water. I don't measure an exact amount. I basically use my finger and always go to like the second knuckle. But you just want to make sure that your beans are covered and there's enough water that, you know, as they suck up water and triple in volume, that there's going to be enough water at the end. You can definitely add extra spices in here. I always just do it with straight water. I don't even put salt because I always do salt at the table. You could put salt, you could put a bay leaf, you could put garlic, which is all gonna be like good in here. I'm just lazy about it. I do straight black beans with water, no salt, and add everything at the table. Get the lid. I always forget the timing. Our Instant Pot came with this little card that I just keep handy so I can look at exactly how much time it needs. For black beans, it's between 20 and 25 minutes, and I always do it on the lower end because I let mine release the pressure naturally rather than releasing automatically. That way I can just basically set it and forget it. So I'm do 20 minutes, manual, high pressure. And I take off the keep warm setting. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place. So I am getting dinner ready. I'm just heating up some brown rice. The beans, which I recorded a video of this and I'll put some of it up, but I did finish making this in the Instant Pot earlier and then just put it into mason jars. And I ended up making about like 6.5 cups for the 2.5 that I originally put in. The beans are still a little bit warm from when I made them earlier, so I'm not actually gonna heat them up. And maybe this is weird. If you're like this, let me know in the comments. I actually like cold beans when I have rice beans and salsa, just with warmed up rice. And then my husband made my salsa recipe. So this is actually a really easy like pico de gallo recipe. And if you want that, I will link it above. And you can find it here on the YouTube channel or on my blog. This salsa is less than 10 ingredients. Doesn't require any cooking, it's super easy to make. And I like extra hot sauce, so I'm gonna put some on there. I've mentioned this in my stories, but this is like the best hot sauce ever. I'm also steaming some broccoli because I like to have that on the side with dinner so that I get in a little more greens. And then he always makes our salad for dinner, which we have every night, again, for more greens. This is a cabbage, kale, and spinach salad with a ginger sesame dressing. So this is basically a little bit of meal prep that we've done for the week because we have the salsa, the beans, we've already pre-made rice and we'll make more if we need it. And that's dinner. I'm also gonna call it here for today's video. I've done a ton of stuff like laundry. I've edited some videos, done this vlog today. We are gonna go enjoy Parks and Rec while we have dinner. And then I am probably gonna do a little bit of work. Like I have a couple voiceovers to do for other videos that I'm working on. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want to see more like this or if you would like to see other types of videos aside from just the recipes or maybe aside from vlogging. So thanks again and see you next time. Bye.